My name's Raghav. I finished my third year of chemical engineering at UBC, and I'm currently on co-op, so I plan to resume fourth year in September of 2021. So co-op is pretty fun, not gonna lie. I've done two co-ops so far. I've done a co-op at the Material Undergraduate Labs and one other co-op at Ballard Power Systems. Uh, Going into it, you're obviously quite scared and nervous because it's most people's first time working at any company full time and doing a technical role. So I would highly recommend co-op, like from my experiences. In terms of what a typical day would look like, my specific role is both working in the lab and working upstairs in the office. So it's a mix of both. I would typically go into the office, check my emails, kind of just interact with my supervisors, managers, and get a better feel for what work I plan to do during the day. After which I would go downstairs to the shop floor and get work done for different projects. There's no real steep learning curve, I would say, for co-ops. I know it can seem like that, but most positions are picked and based on just attitude of students. So it's really just if you're willing to learn and you find the work interesting, then you'll be able to cope. One big takeaway from chemical engineering is that it's in fact not all oil and gas or petroleum or what it's painted out to be or made out to be. A big part of chemical engineering is essentially just having a product that you want to produce a lot of, in essence. Basically, how would you mass produce part A and make, say, 1 million of it? And that's applied through a lot of our courses, and it's a very useful skill because everything we use, from toothpaste or anything in our daily lives, is a product of chemical engineering and chemical engineering innovation, and being able to apply those principles that we learn to make a lot of products. Chemical engineering is in fact quite in sync with sustainability, opposed to what many people would think, and has a lot of parts of it incorporate sustainability, both in terms of job prospects and even in the courses. We have some courses on fuel cell design, and we have some sustainability courses, and there's a big emphasis on sustainability throughout, including even wastewater pollution and whatnot. I would say to not worry too much, because ultimately you get driven and pushed towards where your passion is and where your interests lie. Chemical engineering has an abundance of opportunities, and you will never be restricted if you choose chemical engineering to one specific industry or one type of role or certain type of work. You'll always have a lot of opportunities and a lot of options, and ultimately what's the most important is that you're an engineer, and that's the skill, and that's the thing that makes you the most marketable, which is you think like an engineer, you work like an engineer. You've done an engineering degree, which is not an easy accomplishment. And yeah, secondly, I would say maybe look at the courses and see how interesting they seem to you, and how suited you are to them. Of course, some of them will, you won't really understand what they're made up of, but generally you get an idea whether something is loosely connected to your interest in engineering just by looking at it. And yeah, again, we have a lot of core courses that we share with other disciplines. So don't ever feel like just because you're a chemical engineer you can't do a materials engineer job. It's all variable, and ultimately you're part of that same division of engineering in the physical world.